welcome back to another book review with Alice. Today we are going to talk about Cemetery Boys. This is another book that I read for my Spooky October, and honestly, this book was phenomenal. This is one of my top 5 books of the year, I have to be honest. It is a 4.5 for me. It is my favorite of the Halloween season. I loved it. It was amazing. So the story is very LGBTQ plus friendly. The main character is a transgendered man, so was born female and identifies as male. They're trying to fit in with this very traditional family where it has very well defined male and female gender roles, and so because of that it's incredibly challenging for them. I loved the characters. Their name was Jarden, I'm pretty sure that's how they self-identify, as Jarden. I really love the story. The idea of it being very well laid out gender roles was incredibly exciting for me when you're dealing with something like this, because it makes it so much more intense for the character in question, because they have to deal with this while already dealing with all the other stuff in life about being transgendered. And it was really interesting for me. I haven't read a lot of transgendered books, and I really liked being able to be in this character's mind and learn more about what that experience is like for people. So one of the reasons it's a 4.5 not a 5 is because they did call the big twist at the end, and so I don't want to sound mean for it, but there was a lot of Spanish mixed in, and I don't speak any Spanish, so sometimes the context wasn't quite as clear as it could have been for me, so I actually had to go and Google things. If you're going to put another language in, you want to make sure the context is clear enough that you know that like non-speakers will identify with what they're saying, whether it's a nickname or, you know, you're getting scolded by your grandma kind of thing, then it's completely okay. But sometimes there wasn't enough context for me and I had no idea what it was and I had to Google it. So that was a little bit frustrating, but I did like that the Spanish made it feel more authentic to the story, because it is a Latin, like a Latinx situation where there are these in this story, there are brujas and brujas, something like that, and they are a group of people who can actually see the dead, and so the women get the power that allows them to help heal people, and the men have the power that allows them to see spirits and help them move on into the afterlife. So because our main character was born female, everyone expected her at the time to have healing powers, but they believe they're the brojo, and so they therefore believe they have the power to see the spirits and help pass them over and that, and so they decide to go through the ritual that they should have been allowed to go through with their family when they turned 15, but were denied it because everyone said, you're a girl, you can't have that one. They let themselves go through that ceremony on their own and prove that they are in fact a bruja, and that their lady of death they worship and answer to knew all along what Yarden really was. And so now Yarden has to keep that secret while they try to deal with the whole mess they got themselves into when they did this, and maybe should have talked to people first. So it was a really great story. I enjoyed it so much. It was fantastic. I'm glad I read another Aiden Thomas. They also wrote, what's it called? Lost in the Neverwoods. I didn't like that one as much because that one did trigger me, but I've said before, I have really weird triggers. Like, honestly, triggers for me. I think there's only a handful of other people who have that trigger, so it's okay. But I really enjoyed this, and yeah, if you're looking for a different, in the sense that it's LGBTQT plus friendly read that is perfect for spooky season, this one was phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about it. And even if it's not spooky season, pick it up, because you will learn so much and you will think with this one. It's one of those times where the story was phenomenal and it made you think, but you didn't know you were thinking about things until you were done and went, huh, yeah, what about that? So I absolutely loved it. I cannot talk enough about it, and check it out. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great day and happy reading. Read this.